وما آتيتم من ربا ليربو في أموال الناس فلا يربو عند الله.
And the last thing I want to talk about in this issue of riba and how riba happens or doesn't happen is this issue that many people have started to say these days, which is riba and darul harb, is that countries or organizations or countries that are actively at war with Muslim countries. Well, alhamdulillah, Canada is a place that is not actively at all in war with Allah and His Messenger at all. In fact, it is allowing Islam's Muslims to flourish and thrive in their countries. However, if a country was actively fighting Muslims, is it allowed to perpetrate riba in that country? According to the vast majority of the scholars of Islam, no. Even in those countries, it is not permissible at all. And it is a very deviant statement to say that riba is permissible in those countries. So riba and darul harb is an opinion that is not permissible at all, according to the vast majority of scholars of Islam. However, Abu Hanifa rahimahullah did give that opinion that it was permissible, and so did Abu Yusuf rahimahullah, and so did Muhammad al-Shaybani. However, the stronger opinion is that the Hanafis themselves went against the statement of Abu Hanifa rahimahullah in this matter. So understanding this is really important, that although a opinion exists in the Hanafi madhab that allows riba and darul harb, but the stronger opinion is that riba is not allowed at all. I urge my brothers and sisters in Islam to learn about riba and to learn about how it impacts their life, and to learn about how it actually permeates throughout our life and our day-to-day transactions in our life in the West. Because ultimately, wallahi, there is not a single person except that he is touched by riba. And ultimately, when we talk about finance and business and finance, usually the brothers are the most interested. But I would urge the sisters also to take note, because ultimately they are also people who need to go to the corner store and buy things. They are also doing the shopping. They're also involved day to day in transactions that are halal and haram. And so I urge them with my sincere and deepest advice to also seek knowledge about business transactions and understand what is halal and what is not halal. And ultimately we know that this difficult situation that we're living in now with the credit crunch, it was due to greed, and it was due to unbridled greed, and due to riba that we had this. And people say, okay, where did all that money go? We had all that money, right? Where did it just suddenly disappear? Just a couple of zeros from the end of people's accounts just disappear? Answer is yes, because that's what Allah says in the Quran. يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَى وَيُرْبِ صَدَقَاتٍ. Allah will destroy riba, and He will make sadaqat and charity flourish. So ultimately He will destroy riba. So ultimately, if you do deal in riba, you will find riba destroying your wealth, and you will find charity only increasing your wealth. So much so that ultimately the problems that we're going through these days around the world is because of riba and what people have taken and what people have done due to riba and greed. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you all from riba and its evil effects, and from committing war with Allah and His Messenger. For truly it is the worst thing that we can do. The worst thing we can do after shirk and after the 7 great destroyers of sins is riba, because ultimately it is committing war with Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And remember what Umar radiallahu anhu used to say. He used to say, whoever does not know our halal and haram business transactions, then let him not buy and sell, nor let him not be a businessman, sell anything, nor let him buy anything, because he doesn't know what is halal and haram. And so Umar radiallahu anhu used to throw people away from the markets, those who did not know the rulings of business and trade. And so again, brothers and sisters, you need to know this, and these are essential knowledge. And there's a course that I'm doing this weekend at the University of Toronto, Medical Sciences Building. Is that correct? Medical Sciences Building, and it's on the real deal on business transactions, on understanding Islamic business transactions, what is halal and haram for it. And I consider it obligatory for you to attend. That's right, I consider it obligatory because I do not know of anyone else who is teaching the topics that I'll be teaching you. And this is not a course for people in finance only. It is a course for every single Abdullah and Abdurrahman, for every Fatima and every Aisha. It is a course for every single Muslim, because every single Muslim either buys or either sells. So you must learn this knowledge so that you can protect it. But Allah, remember, if a single dollar was earned from haram, was earned from haram, imagine your Hajj would not be acceptable to Allah. Imagine, can you imagine that? If one single dirham or dinar or one single gold coin, one single dollar that you had in which you went for Hajj, Allah is tayyib, Allah is good, and He only accepts that which is good and pure. And so if your wealth is haram, and if your money is haram, and if your clothes are haram, and your food is haram, how will Allah accept your Hajj? And how will Allah accept your prayers? And how will Allah accept your dua? And how will Allah accept the fasting that you did today? How will Allah accept it, my friends? So learn to purify your wealth, inshallah ta'ala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala return the izzah and honor in your wealth and in your hearts by showing you that which is right and to avoid that which is wrong. Jazakumullah khair.
وما آتيتم من ربا ليربو في أموال الناس فلا يربو عند الله وما آتيتم من زكاة تريدون وجه الله فأولئك هم المضعفون.